And Bashan, last night, I had a song in my head. And that song is still there. And you know what song it is? It's the lullaby from Secret of Nim. You know, when Timmy was sick? Have you not seen Secret of Nim? Have you not read the book or seen them? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Deputy Laura. Jason, have you seen Secret of Nim?
What?
Secret of Nim.
Oh gosh, a long time ago.
Thank you.
It's like a fever dream, like scary childhood movie for me.
Now I'm telling you the whole thing where the mom is singing the song to Timmy because Timmy's sick. Okay, Jason, your daughter needs to see that movie.
It's really creepy.
I mean, it's not like
It was when I was 4.
okay, it's not like Watership Down.
I haven't watched it as an adult.
The Secret of Nim.
Oh.
It's like it's about like laboratory rats. That's all I remember.
It's very good.
Oh, I was.
You should.
There's a lot of these rats coming a lot, you know.
No, it's a cartoon.
animated.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's animated.
Definitely not.
So it's very good. It's right up there with
I mean, it is a kids movie. It just was really creepy.
I will tell you what was scary growing up. Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Oh, I love that one.
Okay, that has death and destruction in it. And you got a problem with the Secret of Nim? Oh my gosh. I'm shocked.
He protects the baby or whatever. Right? No?
I mean, he does, but somebody dies.
I don't remember that.
And everybody thinks Ricky Tikki Tavi, you know, all right. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket, please. Let me know you're here. If you don't respond, I'm going to assume you're not here, in which case a warrant may be issued for your arrest. King Alvarado. Mario Rios Pineda. Oh, okay, thank you. I was like, we're off to a very bad start on Monday. Jonathan Crail. Thank you. And custody, we have Gregorio Cantu. David White should be an impact. Kamar Simpson, impact. James Harris, custody. Uriah Huffman, custody. Daniel Maris Medina.
He's present.
Thank you. John Meyer should be an impact. Zachary Sanchez. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you. John Meyer, impact. Benicia Davis. Thank you. Tamar McIntyre is in custody. Andy Fuentes. Where? Luis Gomez. Thank you. Yvette Martinez. Stephen Wellington. That last name sounds like it should be in England somewhere. All right. Lavon Cavett, custody. Alex Ardoin. Thank you. How do you pronounce your last name? Ardoin. Okay. Daniel Fretwell. Celestino Garcia.
Your Honor.
Ryan Foster Hassis. In custody, we have Jacqueline Robinson, Berlilio Marquez, Tyrone Eds, Enrique Mendez.
Council President, Your Honor.
Thank you. Manuel Mendoza.
Here.
Joshua Cannon.
Here.
In custody, we have Julio Zavala. Jose Cavazos.
We're present on that.
Thank
We're
you.
ready.
Terrence Reed, custody. Joshua Mejia, custody. Carlos Vasquez.
Here, Your Honor. With counsel, Your Honor.
Thank you. Christopher Caballero.
Present.
Gary Clark is in custody. Is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? All right, these are the rules of the court. On this side is criminal trial division's files. On this side is family violence. They're working on a new name. I personally, I think SVU, something catchy like that. So are you with me on that one? I mean, back in the day, we were called special crimes. Now they've said you guys are family violence. So I try to keep the center of the courtroom as least congested as possible. So attorneys, if you will take your file from the box and place it on the prosecutor's desk and have a seat, they're going to call you in the order of appearance, first come, first serve. Do not approach the court unless you confer with the state, confer with your client. If your client is in custody, yes, they need to be brought out. So ask for them to be brought out. Do not request your file from the clerk if your client has not been brought out yet. The only exception to first come, first serve is if we need an interpreter, because there are so few of them. So one, if you speak the native language, doesn't matter, we still need an interpreter. So request the interpreter. Once you've requested the interpreter, please do not leave because they're only going to be here for 5 minutes or so. Once you request your inmate, do not leave because the deputies for security reasons can have only so many inmates in the box at one time. When you are ready to approach the court, just approach the clerk, have the clerk place the file here and have a seat. I'm going to call you first come, first serve. When we are on the record, please, if you are in the box, do not talk behind the court reporter. Just ask the deputy, she'll let you move your client down to the other end. That'll make it easier for the court reporter so that she can hear and she can take the record down. And then everything will run very smoothly. Do not approach the court coordinator asking if your case can be reset, asking for a different date to come back, asking for a continuance. I'm the only person who can give you that. And then you're just going to waste your time. And me, I'm in the twilight of my life, so I try not to waste my time. So if you go to the court coordinator and say, can I have a reset? She's going to tell you, you need to ask the judge. And you've probably just wasted 5 minutes in line talking to her, then coming to me. Then people get a little bit upset. But this is the process in the 187 District Court. So today is Monday. I know all of us thought we would be retired, but we're not. So we're going to be kind to each other, put some patience in your pocket. And guys, I know you have that hidden pocket in your suit coat jacket. Pull it out as needed. Everyone, be kind and please confer. Deputy Laura, I think it's going to be a great day today. Did I just jinx it by saying that? Hi.
I may have a mistaken appointment for another attorney I'm covering. Without conferring, requesting the inmate, can I at least have you check something?
Yes.
Talk with you.
Oh, sure.
There's a case that was set last week, Moore McIntyre.
Yes.
Joanna Oyos was appointed out of the 289.
Yes.
We spoke with the 289 back last year. They told us not to voucher it.
Mhm.
It was a mistake. They asked for Joanne's bar number. They're going to remove her, replace her. But the case was transferred here.
Yeah.
Joanne thought that she was off the case as of August 2022. I can confer, I can check, I can talk with him, but we believe that the case was going to be reassigned to somebody else and we weren't going to voucher it.
Okay. I think it's probably best if you all stay on it because there's the transition. And my understanding, I don't think this is going to be a capital murder, correct?
These are third degrees or state jails that Joanne's on. There's one case last week that was capital murder. I don't know if that's with another attorney though. I don't know why he doesn't have the same attorney for all of them.
Well, if y'all want him, I would really like for you all to stay on the other cases just to help the person on the Capitol get up to speed on discovery. But you all can bill.
Say the last part again. Sorry.
You all can bill for that.
Okay. I will confirm.
All right, thank you. And do you know who the attorney is on the Capitol?
It's 3 people, John Hunter, David, David Jampala, and Abasi Major.
Are they retained?
I'm checking.
Because I don't think they're on the Capitol list.
Their records are not complete on the website because, oh, it is hired. They hired all three of them.
Okay.
Okay.
And is he on the docket today?
For the smaller, the cases, the state jails, 3rd degrees, or juvenile.
Okay. If you all have never billed from the juvenile, you can bill it here with whatever you did on the juvenile. And since they're retained, I'll let you all be excused. But
They're only on the capital murder. They're not on the two cases Joanne has.
if you can hang around, I'm gonna get Norma to have it on the docket for the capital.
The same days.
Yeah, and it should have been put on the docket today for the capital as well.
I believe it was the 4th.
The 4th?
And I did check with Jason. He did remember it from last week. I don't know why they staggered it for the.
Okay, I'll check and see what's going on with that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who are the parties on Jose Cavazos and Deputy Laura? If you could give Javier Oliva the Zoom link so his clients can zoom in.
Yes.
Just a weird situation. There's a weird situation. I've got something on the civil side.
All right, thank you.
Dismissal.
Hello,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. So where are we on this? Because I now have a, did you file a motion to compel or something?
I did. That's on another case.
Oh, so,
That's on Mr. Dilla. We're gonna actually talk to you about that one as well.
okay.
But this
Well, let me
one,
ask you this. Is Dello on the docket?
he is not on the docket.
All right, if you all can give the clerk the cause number for that case so she can pull the file for
I can
me.
do that. Absolutely.
And here's a sticky note. So they can pull the file.
I should know that by heart number. You ready? Okay. You got it? Cause number 2001 CR 3651.
Okay, 365.
Yeah.
And can you put the name on there just in case
That's
they,
Carlos de la Odo.
all right, so what is happening with
So
this case on the DNA test?
on what's happening, Judge, is we have been trying to get an investigator to go and get the buccal swab for my client.
Okay, why hasn't that happened?
I can't get anybody from El Paso to return a call or even show that they're an investigator. It's been, I went on TCDLA's website, hey, anybody know an investigator can get this done?
Let me ask you, is there anybody in Bear County that we can have? I'm assuming you all are joint on this.
I've got a solution though. After working through all that, we've got a lab out there that will do it. And it's pretty much the only lab in El Paso that will actually be able to go and do this thing for us. They need to have the actual order from us ordering that testing getting done. And so I've had to send it snail mail to my client because he doesn't have internet access.
Well, let me ask you all this. Okay, how long would that take? And would it be easier just to bench warrant him back here to Bear County and have the buccal swab done here at Bear County? What is the easiest way? Is he in federal custody or state custody?
He is in kind of that halfway house thing after release.
Ah,
And so that's where he's at right now. I think frankly, it's probably just as easy to just give them that order and then they can send the buccal swab with a chain of custody to Bear County Forensics.
okay, how long is this gonna take?
Once Bear County gets it, I have no clue. That's a whole nother ballgame.
Well, when do you think Bear County will receive it?
I would say they should be able to have that within the next week to 2 weeks tops.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a reset date on Jose Cavazos for 1 month. All right, so we'll come back on June 12th to see where we are on this.
Perfect, Judge.
And is there any order you need from the court?
No, Judge.
Okay,
No, we're good. If I've got the order, I'm going to double check, but if I don't, I'll get a copy of it from the back. So
All
that
right.
should be good to go.
and then you have De La O.
We have Carlos De La O as well. We filed a motion to compel STRmix testing, which is basically a,
Let me just see if they have the file for me yet. Do y'all have the file on De La O?
Judge, you just step back to grab it.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so tell me what's going on.
so what we've done is essentially we got the DNA testing done by Houston Forensic Science Center. They came back, they gave us the results. The results are a little inconclusive, frankly. And we've talked with them a little bit about it, but as we looked at it, we're like, well, wait a minute. We'd requested STRmix testing on this, or it should have actually just been done because that's what really accounts for allele dropout and all kinds of other things. They didn't do it. And so I've contacted them. I've got a log where I've been contacting them for almost a year now. Hey, can we get this testing done? Can we please get this testing done? And really, Judge, it's a matter of just running the information that they already have from the DNA testing through this computer program called STRmix,
Okay, who is not running it?
Houston Forensic Science Center.
Okay,
And so that's why I filed a motion to compel. Matt and I have spoken this morning. They're in agreement with it. They're like, yeah, get it done. And so that's really kind of the last thing that I need so that I can have all the information I need to present it to the court and we can actually have a final hearing on that. Article 64.
all right. Adriana? All right, he filed a motion to compel. Do you have that order?
Be attached to the motion.
Let me go get your file.
Oh, no, I have the file. Let me see if it's up here by chance.
You have no.
No. Yeah. This. So if you can just print out his motion to compel. And I'm assuming there are no objections.
No objection, Chair.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on the De La O. Let's put that back on the 12th as well.
That'll work.
And I'll sign your motion to compel and then you can make a copy of it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Appreciate
is there anything else?
that.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Norma, I need the files on Mario Pineda and Gracie Segunda. Yes, yes. All right, could I see the parties on Mario Rios Pineda, please?
We're right here.
Who is the prosecutor on this?
Lindsay Shaka.
All right. All right, so on this, oh, counsel, you're on this side. So in this case, do you all have the medical records? It's the same thing for Gracie Segunda.
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear you.
On Gracie Segunda and Mario Pineda, we've been here for medical records since February.
Judge, I can tell you, March 31st, we sent a subpoena to Baptist Hospital. And as far as I know, we don't have those records back yet.
All right, is there a reason why they haven't sent them?
I'll follow up, Judge. I feel like we probably should have them by now and we don't. So I'm not sure why that is, but I will find out.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Norma,
That's not.
on both of these cases, I want them set the last week in May. And state if the medical records are not here before then witnesses need to be subpoenaed. And Baptist Health, they need to be subpoenaed here to explain why they don't have those records.
Yes, ma'am.
June 1st.
All right, we're going to come back on June 1st.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. And your clients may appear by Zoom.
They are present, John.
Yes, and they can appear by Zoom for the June
Everybody Zoom
1st.
on June 1st?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
They can be excused.
Yes, they can be excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, he's supposed to, he's trying to get, see if you can have his client by, Zoom, because his client is in custody. Ah, okay. Okay, all right, let Robert know. So is the motion to compel in here? All right, David McLean. They've looked through the documents that I have. And they've looked online and they're saying they don't see the motion to compel.
Hello?
Yeah, that's what they're telling me, unless it got lost in the system. No, Dilla, oh,
I do. 2001 summer.
all right.
Right, I just want to make sure.
Because I know I've seen it before. State, family violence. Do y'all have any objection to Dr. John Fabian testifying by Zoom? It's for sentencing. And it's for a murder case on May 18th.
Which murder is this?
Oh, you know what? Jason, do y'all have Michael Montoya? Is that your case?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right,
I was like,
thank you. Do you have any objection to Dr. Fabian testifying by Zoom? They say that's the only way they can have him here. All right, thank you. Who's here on Anita Herrera?
Judge, signature.
Hello. Okay, where's your client?
Good morning, Judge. She's in custody and she's
In
she's
confidence.
awaiting, she's still awaiting placement.
All right.
from what I understand.
Ms. Ferguson, what date?
Excuse me, Judge?
45 days.
June 29th.
All right, we'll put it on June 29th and see where she is on the transfer to the state hospital.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Happy
Have a good
season.
day.
Yeah, you
Yes.
too.
Could I see the file on Joshua Cannon, please? Cannon. Is he on the docket today? Yes, he is. Joshua Cannon, if you'll come forward, please. Checking the hair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your attorney is actually in jury trial in the 175th, so attorney can't be in two places at the same time. So we're going to give you a reset and we're going to let your attorney know.
All right.
Ms. Fergus, can you reset this in 2 weeks, please?
Maybe you can come back on the 29th, no, the 30th.
All right. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. So you're going to need to be back here on May 30th.
All right.
All right. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
You're welcome. Miss.
All right.
Yeah, we're opposed. Okay. Yeah, that's what I told him. Okay.
Mr. Cannon?
Oh, that's done.
Matt?
Who's on that motion to return property?
Okay. All right. Oh, no, I know. Yeah, that's okay. Christopher Caballero.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. That's.
Oh, no, I'm good. All right, could I have a prosecutor? This is a motion to return seized property.
Good, John.
Court is calling 2019 CR 10379, State of Texas versus Christopher Caballero. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Matthew Allen for the defense.
And are you Christopher Caballero?
Yes.
All right, the court is in receipt of a motion from the defense requesting return of seized property. State, have you had a chance to review the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the first thing the defendant is requesting is a return of $823. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
The next thing is the defense is requesting the return of 3 cell phones. Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the next thing is the return of a 9mm handgun with 1 magazine and 12 live rounds. Any objections?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and state, what is your objection?
Objection is, Your Honor, I believe, my understanding is this individual has completed the pretrial diversion program, and hence the case was dismissed. So it's not a matter of whether, I guess, the guilt innocence in a sense, but the fact is that it was a pretrial diversion. So the state's, in the abundance of caution and community safety, we would ask that the firearm not be returned.
Defense.
Judge, it was a pretrial diversion which was completed. I believe he's now eligible for an expunction on that. Firearm is registered to him. My knowledge, there's no forfeiture action pending, which would be the proper mode or method to hold on to it. So we see no legal reason why the firearm should not be returned to him at this point.
All right, unless someone wants to bring me case law, because I'm not aware of one, and just thinking through the request, it was a pretrial diversion. So a pretrial diversion is not, according to the court's understanding, that he's not alleged to have committed the crime. It's just that we're going to solve this by giving him a pretrial diversion. He has to do certain things in order to have his case dismissed. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so the court is not inclined to return the weapon. If you want to reset the matter with regards to the weapon and another motion and bring the court case law, the court will of course reconsider that. But for now, the only things that the court will return or agree to have returned to you is the $823, the 3 cell phones. But and I'm sorry, in your motion, there were 2 weapons. One is a rifle with 1 magazine and 10 live rounds as well.
Correct, Your Honor. It'd be I believe the same argument from both sides for that firearm.
All right, so that's the court's ruling. And if there is a motion where you bring the court case law as to why he should be entitled to have those items back, then the court will of course reconsider. But for now, based upon my understanding of the pretrial diversion, he's not entitled to that.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
May we be excused?
Yes.
All right.
And if you want to, you can give this to the clerk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. and she also has-
All right, and David McLean, I have your motion. All right, and if you'll take that to the back, they'll give you a copy and file stamp it. Caroline. Okay, I don't understand why I have vouchers with an April 10th date and I'm just now receiving it. Norma, can you check why I'm receiving vouchers that have an April 11th date on them? Yes. Okay.
Guillermo?
This is Docket.
Yes.
How was the graduation?
Oh, you were?
How was the graduation?
Oh, how was the graduation? I thought you said you were at graduation. Well, let me just tell you. Vashawn cried so much, I ran out of Kleenex. Me, I just had allergies.
You had allergies the whole time.
Yeah. But it was great to see them clean and sober. And they actually showed photos of them when they first came in the program and how they look now. And they are, you can see the light back in their eyes. So it was great. Yeah. So I'm like, yay.
The mold was dead. There's some down there.
Oh, yeah, it was it. But Sean, didn't they have trees down there? That's the reason why my allergies were acting up.
A lot of mold and a lot of, you know.
It was. But it was a great graduation. And the speakers were great. How many did we have? Bashan?
38, I would say at least 25 were all.
Yes, they were. And they're clean and sober. I'm so happy for them. And there was one who, I think she's already graduated, but she's still, in another month's time, her probation will have terminated, so she will be done.
Yeah, they're all in there. Good chips.
Excuse me, could you pull the file, cause number 2021? CR 6503. 6503. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Let the judge know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. You talk to Sullivan first.
Yvette Martinez. All right. Hello, good morning. Did you receive an offer?
We have, Judge. And we're presently undecided about what to do with it. It's a serious case. Ms. Martinez had a high blood level, 2-count indictment, intoxication, assault, and assault with a deadly weapon, namely the vehicle.
Mhm.
I've looked at this discovery pretty thoroughly. I need to look more. In addition, I found out this morning that there was indeed a witness that may be of assistance to my client, was present in the car in the passenger seat. And I need to interview him for sure.
All right, this is the first time you're aware that there was somebody in the vehicle with her?
No, that it's the first time I came aware that he or she may have something positive to say about.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Martinez, can I have a 3-week reset for a plea deadline date? And state, I need an acknowledgement of discovery today. All right, we're coming back on June 5th. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. And then
Thank
you're
you.
excused.
Thank you. I have another case. I'll be back. with
All right,
you.
oh, no, Ms. Ferguson's gonna give you the reset form now.
I understand. I'm just saying, I have another case in your court this morning.
Ah, okay, all right, thank you. Yes.
Okay, so go back there and go. You guys need to come back. File, just go back. I don't need to say yes.
Yes. Sure. All right, Guillermo Constancio.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
It's a bond hearing, Judge. And my motion should be in there.
Oh, yeah, I have your motion.
Yeah, the MTR is cut on
You're in the
Thursday.
middle. All right, and is he on regular probation?
Deferred.
Deferred. All right, are you Mr. Constancio? All right, court is calling 2020 CR 2724, State of Texas versus Guillermo Constancio. Can our parties announce for the record for the state,
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
for the defense?
Robert Mauer for defendant.
And are you Mr. Constancio?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the defense has filed a motion requesting that a bond be set. The defendant is on deferred adjudication, is entitled to a bond, and he's remanded without bond. And he's on deferred adjudication for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. State, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, any witnesses, defense?
No, Judge, I'm just going to make argument.
State, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, the original bond on this case was $15,000. I'd ask the court set bond in a similar amount. I've talked to Mr. Constancio. I think the allegations are phased to report, and there was an issue as far as the treatment program. But I've talked to him, and I think he's. Well, I'll get to the facts of the MTR later on. I just asked the court to set bond since it's a deferred adjudication with whatever conditions the court felt were appropriate in order to secure his appearance in court.
All right, there's no reason we can't proceed with the motion to revoke today?
Judge, I haven't really looked at it enough to see what evidence there is. I think there are some issues about whether or not he at one time had been approved for drug court. And I'd like to try to talk to Judge Glenn.
All right, state, what are you requesting for a bond?
Your Honor, he was a fugitive for, I believe, 2 years approximately. So we would ask for a bond that would secure his ability, his attendance in court. And so, Your Honor, based on the charge and based on his fugitive status for so long, we would request $100,000 bond.
All right, it's your motion, counsel, any further argument?
Judge, I think $100,000 bond is clearly excessive. I think the court can satisfy his opponents with a $15,000 or $20,000 bond with GPS as a condition of bond. That way he can get back to work, and also the court can make sure he appears in court.
All right. All right, court is going to set the bond at $150,000, full GPS, and the court will waive the GPS fees. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we have this set for a contested hearing? I know it's coming back on the fourth. Defense, do you think this is going to be contested?
I would think so, Judge, yes.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Constancio, can we set this in 10 days for a contested?
Would you do the 17th, Judge? I'm out of town on the 18th.
Sure.
Even better.
Brittany. Hi. Mr. Mauer is requesting the 17th for this to be set for a
Okay.
contested hearing.
Um,
Is there someone else who's able to do this?
Ruben or Travis would likely step in.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, we'll put it on the 17th. right.
Is that in the morning?
Yes. How many witnesses are you anticipating?
I'd say just probably 2.
All right, let's put it, Ms. Ferguson, let's put it on the 17th at 9. Yeah, so 9 a.m.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right, thank you. Vashon,
Yes, Your Honor.
on 2020 CR 2724, that's going to be a contested hearing, and it's for the 17th. Was he on the docket today, Norma? Okay. All right, Andy Fuentes. Who's the attorney for Andy Fuentes? Okay. All right, what's happening with this case? Because today is the plea deadline. Mr. Fuentes, come up. Today is your plea deadline date. So what's happening?
Yes, Your Honor. Yesterday, your counsel sent an email containing witness statements that we had not been previously been aware of.
Mhm.
I have not had a chance to reach out to those witnesses, so we're requesting one more recess so I can contact those witnesses and how we can proceed forward.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Andy Fuentes, the plea deadline date is extended to next week. What date? All right, we'll be back on the 18th.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome. Those were very funny. Zachary Sanchez. Oh.
Good morning, Your Honor.
It's good to see you.
Oh, good to see you.
So on Mr. Sanchez, there was an acknowledgement of discovery done. Well, acknowledgement of discovery is due. Do you have all the discovery?
We're working on that right now, Your Honor. There's some CPS records apparently that the state's going to be given to me. We wanted to approach on a different matter, Your Honor. My client's on GPS partial right now. He's having back surgery tomorrow.
Okay.
He would like to have it removed. The state, well, I'll let them state, as far as this is a one-time incident, the complainant apparently is out of town in a very far away part of Texas, where Texas is very large, Your Honor.
All right, could y'all whisper over here to my right? Thank you.
He'll continue to observe a no contact order, but we'd like to have the GPS removed. I'll let the state.
Your Honor, the victim has moved back with her mother, who is in Lubbock. So she's not in Bear County. For that reason, I don't really have an objection to that, given his medical situation.
All right, so we're gonna go to record. Court is calling 2023 CR 0329, State of Texas versus Zachary Sanchez. Can our parties announce for the record for the state
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
defense?
Michael De Leon for the defense.
And are you Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the defense has filed a motion to request for removal of GPS off the record. The defense attorney has informed the court that defendant has surgery scheduled.
Yes, Your Honor.
And
Yes.
defense, when is that surgery?
I believe it's tomorrow. Is that right? Mr. Sanchez?
It's tomorrow. So.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Zachary Sanchez.
All right.
Zachary Sanchez.
Make sure you speak up.
Sorry.
All right, defense, do you want to ask him questions about the surgery?
Mr. Sanchez, you're having what kind of surgery tomorrow?
It's for my spine. It's like it's for like a disc contortion, protrusion, to where it's pinching against my spinal cord. And so it's where it's needed to have emergency surgery. I went to multiple doctors to talk about it. And I went to a neurologist recently last week about it, and or a couple days ago. And they said I need to go to emergency surgery as soon as possible. And I was waiting until after this birthday to go.
Okay. Now you're on GPS partial monitor, not partial, but tracking only monitor right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's been since January?
Yes.
Okay. And would it be a great help to you to remove the GPS?
Yes, sir. Extremely.
Why is that?
For apartment use and to be able to do.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak.
Oh, sorry, it's for more apartment, to be able to have an apartment and to go to work more and to have surgery.
Well, I mean, the going to work more, I mean,
Oh,
tracking is fine with that.
Yeah, it's just my bosses are just they cut my hours.
What have the doctors?
I can't either.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Speak up, but here's my question for you. What have the doctors told you about the GPS monitoring? Has the hospital told you anything?
Yeah, they might have complications with it.
All right, so basically you can't have surgery with a GPS device on. Is that the gist of everything?
That's, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Your Honor, given the fact that the complainant in this case no longer resides in Bear County, and with the medical issue, at this time, we're not opposed to any modification or removal of GPS.
And my client will observe the no contact order fully, Your Honor. He's had no violations. He will continue to do that.
all right, then the court will grant the motion to remove the GPS, notating that the defendant is having emergency surgery tomorrow on the spine. I'm not a surgeon. I mean, we all are doctors here. But none of us are surgeons. And I didn't stay at a, what is it? I didn't stay at the Holiday Inn. So, yes, Holiday Inn Express. But I do believe you cannot have surgery with the GPS monitor on. Those are my thoughts. So I will follow your agreement to remove the GPS. There's still to be no contact with the complainant. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have contact with the complainant, you can be in recovery at your hospital bed. Somebody's going to deliver a GPS and put it on you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, with regards to the CPS records, are the CPS records in your custody state or no?
Yeah, they are in my custody, Your Honor. I just need to fill out a protective order so I can give it to defense.
All right. So then I'll need an acknowledgement of discovery. Is that the only thing that's remaining, counsel?
I believe so, Your Honor, and we're continuing to confirm.
All right. So I need an acknowledgement of discovery done. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Sanchez? No, it's just a regular reset. All right, so we're going to come back on June 5th. On June 5th, states you need to be prepared to make an offer.
Okay.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor. We appreciate the court's understanding.
All right, you're welcome. And if you need a copy of this, they will give it to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Deputy Laura, can you have IT come down?
Your Honor,
We'll see what happens.
On a case where I guess there's not a court file created yet.
That's correct.
What case there is no court file?
Carlos lost.
Carlos Vasquez, Your Honor, he's the next to last on the docket, I believe, today.
Okay. All right, so that's why I don't have it.
That's correct, Your Honor. And what we're asking if we could get set for Thursday for the plea in the
Okay.
matter, and the state had a question for you on, there's two cases, and they had a question on one case, the unindicted case.
So, Your Honor, on our unindicted case, I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on if we were to do an indictment waiver and then a reduction.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, on Mr.
Vasquez, Your Honor,
Vasquez, let's recall that then for Thursday,
that'll be fine, Your Honor.
the 18th. I'm sorry, not the 18th, the 11th.
I understand, Judge. Mr. Vasquez is here, Your Honor, just so you know.
All right, thank you, Ms.
Very good.
Ferguson. Well, Ms. Ferguson, to give him a reset form.
Get it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll pause.
Yeah. 444. Whatever you need to do.
Sure. You're welcome. All right, who's here on Luis Gomez? All right, we're here for discovery. Where are we on discovery?
Yeah, at this point, discovery is complete. We'll have a discovery announcement ready for you. And through negotiation, I believe we've come to an agreement. However, there's one sticking point with the agreement. That council would like a date to try to bring in the complaining witness to talk with the complaining witness on.
All right.
Our understanding, Judge, is the district attorney's office has not been successful in being able to talk to her. A lot of what has occurred since the offense date in this case, Mr. Gomez himself initiated contact with CPS
Mhm.
for that CPS involvement. He's done many, if not all, but certainly most of what would be required of him when he should enter a plea in terms of batteries and invention, et cetera. Our plan, if you would agree, is to allow us a reset so we can visit with her. Mr. Gomez can gather documentation, exactly what all he has accomplished with CPS. Again, whom he invited into the situation.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this case is to come back on the 11th. All right, May
Thank you.
11th.
May 11th,
Yes, that's Thursday.
yeah, in 2 days, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, he
Could
should
it
be
be
able
any
to,
longer than
I mean,
that?
all he has to do is call his CPS attorney or call the CPS worker. I'm sure if he's completed everything, they give them certificates. Last time I did CPS cases, they gave certificates.
I'm not sure. I'm still waiting on counselor that they just appointed to me. I have an appointment with him today at 2, so.
Yeah, the caseworker will give him his certificates if he has certificates where he's completed things.
I mean, our other concern would be if in only 2 days, if up to now, the DA has not been able to reach this complaining witness, it might take us a bit longer than 2 days.
No, they're gonna pick up the phone and call the complainant, and if they can't get in touch with the complainant, then maybe they'll do something else.
Okay, man, you know. Let me see where I am on the model. Hold on.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you give them a reset form for the 11th, please?
Yes, ma'am, it's ready.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'm gonna be out of county on May the 11th. Could it be the 16th?
No, I can bring it back on the 10th.
Okay. Close it out for this one.
The 10th?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, it's gonna be on the 10th instead. At 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. Would be excused?
After your client signs the reset form.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I put mine on the bottom. It's on the bottom of the house. Hold on, just. I said I have a meeting with one of my colleagues today.
I called her.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
On Mr. Harris. Just wanted to let you know, he's not currently getting his medication. That he
All
needs
right, I
in
need a
jail.
file.
It's yes, today's doctor. That's Harris. Harris. That's him.
All right, James Harris. Yes, if you come down.
John,
Hello. Oh, counsel, you need to be on this side. Who are the prosecutors on James Harris?
I've been talking to Jason about it.
All right, so is he incompetent or,
No, Judge, he's just not getting his medication in custody. I wanted to bring that to your attention.
okay, what medication?
I take trazodone, Cirquil, and Depakote.
All right, so we can let them know that he needs his medication, but he's gonna have to provide a prescription. And then he's gonna have to see their doctor.
Yeah, I have been diagnosed and I was under care of the Center for Healthcare, for Mental Health Services
All right, so have you seen the doctor yet?
here.
Yes.
I've made multiple requests, but when I first got here. Yes,
No, have you seen the doctor
Yes.
here? Okay. All right, so what
Well,
is,
Someone came to evaluate me at my pod. I'm not sure where I
I
saw.
think you may have had a
that.
mental health interview, Judge, but
Yeah.
not an actual physician regarding his.
All right, so what is happening with these cases?
Judge, I'm still awaiting some discovery. I've spoken to Mr. Garahan about that. I am trying to address his immediate needs regarding medication. We do have an offer from the state, but I'm not in a position to advise about that until I've seen all the discovery.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this at the end of this month for discovery.
June 1st.
And obviously, if you wanted to take care of it earlier than that, that'd be okay, right?
Yes, oh, yes, just come back and put it on the docket. And I'll make a notation to call the sheriffs about his medication if nobody has any objection.
No objections from the defense at all.
None from the state judge.
All right, so I'll call the sheriff today about his medications and that he's not receiving his medications.
Thank you, Your
You're
Honor.
welcome. Yes,
I appreciate it.
you're welcome. Can you mute us, Deputy Laura? Yes, counsel.
I had filed a motion for a position of community supervision, shock probation, but you normally
Yes.
told me it was denied. They said if I wanted, and I don't, they said if I wanted to ask you about it, so I guess I'm asking you about it. Was there a particular reason?
Yeah, I mean, I reviewed the stipulations and the stipulations were not good for me to grant him.
Okay.
And you know, I remember my time as a defense attorney, some judges would bring somebody all the way back from the prison to give them a lecture, then deny it. And
Yeah.
so I didn't want to do
Is
that.
there anything, I know what I really want. Is there anything that gets put in writing in the file or in the cover or anything so that if the family comes at me, I
Oh,
can say,
I signed it.
okay.
If you want to, if you'll go in the back and have the clerk pull the file, I'll write something in there on the
Okay.
docketing sheet. I'm pretty sure I did, but just to check.
Just see why.
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
All right, who's here on Enrique Mendez? And where's Mr. Mendez?
Morning, Your Honor. This is our first appearance.
All righty. So where are we on discovery?
Yeah, I believe at this time, discovery is complete. Everybody discovery cosmic for you. Further, we have made an offer to council. I believe they're gonna take a date to.
Yeah, we'll continue to confer, Your Honor, and it does appear we have all the discovery.
Okay. No CPS issues?
No,
Not in this case.
thank goodness.
All right. When was your other client set? Do you want them set? All
6/5, that'd be great.
right, 6/5.
Yes, 6/5.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you put a plea deadline date for Enrique Mendez on June 5th, please? All right. We'll see you back on June 5th.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna get you a paper reset in just a second. Okay. And Your Honor, on a different case, Zachary Sanchez from before.
Yes.
There's discovery now.
All right, thank you. Who's here on Benicia Davis?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, you're on this side. That's okay.
It's Monday.
It is, but it's a beautiful day. All right, where's Miss Davis? Benicia Davis, come forward. All right, we'll come back. All right, who's here on Daniel Morris Medina? All right, and where's Mr. Medina? Come forward.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So last time we were here, there was an evaluation. Has that been completed?
Yes, he was found competent. Prior to that, we had asked for immigration attorney be appointed, and we have one,
Okay.
Teresa Cole Davila.
Mhm.
Today, I confirmed with Jason, we received an offer. I would need time to convey the offer, have Teresa review it, make it a Padilla letter. I've already informed Teresa in advance that we're going to be receiving an offer today.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. Can we put this one on June 5th as well? Is that enough time for everyone to have everything?
I would hope so.
See, I'm gonna pin you down. Is that enough time?
I'm not starting with Teresa's schedule. My schedule's fine, but I don't know how many immigration cases Teresa has.
Okay. And your client, I don't have a notation that he needs an interpreter, so no interpreter is needed?
I've never had issues speaking with him, but if I will hash it out with him, and if potentially if something does go to trial, I would request an interpreter probably.
All right, do you need an interpreter?
No, ma'am, I'm able to communicate. It just depends on how the words, if I have a question about something, I'll ask.
All right, that's an interesting Halloween t-shirt. I've never seen where he is in his own face.
Yeah.
And that's Halloween too. You know, the best Halloween was actually Halloween 1. Halloween 2, the interesting thing about that made my flesh crawl was when she's underneath the car, underneath the concrete, and he's pulling her out and her nails are scraping the concrete. Do you have the vision in your head now? All right. All right, so we'll come back on June 5th for your plea deadline date. And if I can have an acknowledgement of discovery done today?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
And not on this case, but on a different case, just to let you know, the 226 is picking a jury with Monica Gadetto. I will have to go there.
Okay,
But for Joanne Oyos and Tamar McIntyre, I need a little bit more time to.
all right, what we'll do on Tamar McIntyre, we'll just put it on the date when the capital comes back so everybody can be here.
Okay, yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Tamar McIntyre, could I see that file? Oh, do I already have it? All right, on McIntyre, Ms. Ferguson. We need this set on the same day as the capital. When is that?
You just said it for today, Judge, I should set the capital.
No, when is the well, we need the capital set. Okay, he has retained counsel on the capital. So let's put that on June 5th as well. All right, June 5th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. And so his attorneys will be here and you'll be here.
Wait.
All right, so how many other cases does he have and where are those files? I have the capital. I don't have the other felonies that Joanne Delharius is on. McIntyre. All right, I need them all. Okay, no problem. State on McIntyre, that's being reset for June 5th.
Okay, thank you.
You gave me a docket sheet if you wanted to add it, but I also had an order there too.
Okay.
So whatever one suits you.
All right, I will do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, bro.
Braulio Marquez,
Yes. You're ready for that one.
he's in the box, Judge.
All right, come on down. All right, what's happening with this case?
Judge, this case just got indicted. I've conferred briefly with the state. I'm gonna make sure I have all my discovery and then we'll talk about plea bargain.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset, just a regular reset on Marquez.
That works.
All right, we'll be back on June 12th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Daniel Freckwell. All right, could I have a prosecutor, please? Court is calling 2023 CR 2434, State of Texas versus Daniel Fretwell. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Lindsay Shaw for the state.
defense?
Catherine Valenzuela for the defense.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 10:42 a.m. The defendant is not present in court. Deputy Laura, was an announcement made for Daniel Fretwell?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll wait and then-
All right, defense, do you have any idea where your client is?
We contacted the bondsman. No, at this moment, I don't know.
All right, state.
The state would ask for a bond for.
All right, that'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Benicia Davis. Benicia Davis. All right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
on Miss Davis, just so you know, we're gonna do a plea, so we don't need to call it up. We're gonna start working on that.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
Compensation and.
No, I know.
Okay.
But I needed to have yours for.
I saw it on Sunday, so I looked at it. What time did you see this? And I looked, I was like, no way. I was laughing, I was like, what in the world? I was like, thank God I checked that on Sunday.
no. I'll make sure that you didn't expect a response. So they're. He is, no, he's still here, but he's in that type right. Okay. Why did you, if you don't mind? That's fine. But it's. It's a, you distance really cases, which is about. Essentially. It's 937. Let's see. Yeah, and then there was a companion that got maybe the truck case. Same arrest, I think. So, yeah. Looks like oh, is that what it was? Looks like that was yeah, there's, I just remember there's two, because they're drug case with it. Something with rejecting it. Yeah. Yeah. So what's up? I'm seeing what we do. One of the people might answer. Something like that. Access to it. You mean just email David? Yeah. Yeah, it is. You can email. Yeah. What's up? What's this? Oh, that. Yeah. Or not, yeah. Yeah, and she's on bond for one of those. Yeah, I guess there's. The bond for those are also. Yeah, it's a. Yeah. On and off. They take people to forms of how they do take. Well, that's exciting. Yeah, sure. You're gonna have to give me all of these examples. Really screwy. But I mean, I'll sure, you know, it's no longer like court based. No.
Okay.
The actual subject matter of what the rest of the partners.
And they just do every single one, no matter what court.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work out or not, but.
I would think it would kind of not make sense because different types of prosecutors need to work things different ways.
Oh, yeah.
How is it the same?
And that is very true.
I was just guessing. I don't know how you guys really do up there. That's what I figured. Whoa. I'm fired. What's up? How you doing? All right. So you want me to shoot? You know,
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna send a scene. Okay. And I'm just gonna say, what's going on with this case?
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. All right, okay, take it easy. Take it easy. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
So apparently these documents are looking at.
Okay. Sure.
I still need to start
And you dated it. It's a beautiful day. Okay. You're welcome. See?
What do you say right today?
That's a good one. Sure. But it's,
Take a look at this next. Are we completing? On schedule to start. If you are.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
We taking this? Oh, yeah, yeah. Let me get the paper. Yes.
Hi.
Yeah, I already did. That's why I went down. I'm gonna approach real quick. Thank you.
All right, Celestino Garcia. If you'll come forward, please. Your attorney is out ill,
It's not.
so we're going to move your case to May 11th.
May 11th?
Yes,
Okay.
Ms. Ferguson, put this on May 11th and you're excused after you sign the reset form, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Jonathan Trail?
I am, Your Honor. Yeah, Coach Judge,
Yes.
just wanted to give the court an update in regards to what's going on. We've reached a plea agreement, Judge. However, I am set to pick a jury in County Court 7. So I was hoping we can come back and take the plea Wednesday morning. I spoke with Norma. She said if we do it right at
Well, I'm
9.
sure if we 7, I'm sure they'll wait for you to do a plea. This is district court.
I know, I understand, Judge.
Yeah,
I'm
so let's just do it.
I'm trying to get everything squared away so I can be ready for that trial too, Judge. But
Let's just do it and get it done with. And then that way you don't have to come back.
whatever.
And if you
works
need
for
me to
the judge.
call County Court 7, I will let them know.
There's no problem with it, Judge. I just was trying to prep for trial too. But I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
thank you.
Thank you. It's gonna be a little bit, Judge. We're doing prep work stuff.
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah. no, this- He's not on the list.
Yes. Trying to see it. Anybody can make a third one, but it's just, I mean, it's a pretty good one. I just.
Yeah. I mean,
Discovery.
I can give you an offer, but yes. There you go, so I wouldn't say, well, I'm not. He's sort of like a few years.
For what? For that?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you guys need to.
I don't want to, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was gonna be.
Jonathan Krell?
Yes, Judge, we're working on the paperwork.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I keep getting this back.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
Yes, it's central stuff. So you're not actually.
That's what I said. I was like, I can give you one right now. You're not gonna like this, but.
Because I just saw the videos.
It's, I don't know if you've seen that picture, but it's. So, whatever.
We're gonna. This is the other one. Because like that case. But I think we're gonna. Okay.
Can I talk to Mr. Leo? Streets too.
Okay.
Well, we can. If you're thinking about it, looks like a pretty simple case, but also complicated. Oh. I just said, I'm using the verb, that's what I call it. It's for child. Let's see, other is what it's called. Okay, that's what you check into that. And this would be where you're going last. Yeah. I'm just asking. I don't care. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Alvarado King or King Alvarado? Hello. Oh, you're on this side. All right, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, we have an offer to counsel this morning.
Okay, and I need the acknowledgement of discovery sign. And why were you late this morning?
I just got back into town.
That's no excuse. You need to be on time. You understand? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-week reset for a plea deadline date on King.
May 30th.
All right, your plea deadline date is on May 30th.
Thank you. I have to
welcome.
send this to you.
Yes. All right, Ms.
Thank you,
Ferguson, give you a reset form.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Ron. Ed Reeds.
President John.
All right, come down.
Judge, good morning.
Morning.
I've spoken with Mr. Eaton, and we're discussing with the state of the discovery and possible offers on the state prior to getting on the trial docket. He has several felonies. I have not had a chance to go over everything. So I would ask for a reset in this matter to start getting prepared and then get an offer from the state so I can discuss with Mr. Eads on this matter.
All right, how do you pronounce your last name?
Eads.
Eads, okay. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for discovery on Eads, please.
Thank
All right, we'll be back on June 15th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I've never seen the lightest in the air.
Yeah.
Whatever reputation I had.
No, I want to compliment lining in that.
I say I'm color. Normally the type of where it is. But you have the little kangaroo with the kangaroo.
And look, it's little, it's got marine little small.
I still normally I go, but it doesn't have the little bear in the middle bears. Those. It's a take a fashion, chance every once in a while. Do a bear and giraffe, see what happens. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put it back for you.
All right, is Cantu Guerrero on bond or in custody? All right, Deputy Laura, on Cantu Guerrero, can you let him know his attorneys had a death in the family? And Ms. Ferguson, what date next week? All right, June 15th? May 15th, okay. There's a competency issue. Do we know the update on that before we set it for that? All right. All right, so he's not been transferred, correct? All right, so let's recall this for 45 days.
Yeah.
Okay. And Norma, make that a phantom date.
I'm trying to get home.
Oops. There you are. No, it's an old thing. 4-year-old. Ryan Foster. All right, what's happening with this case?
I've reviewed the case. I've talked to my client. The state's gonna look into possible pretrial diversion on the case. They need to check into that for me. It's the first sentence. If we can have it reset so they can let us know if that's something available on this case.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. I need a 30-day reset on Mr. Foster, and at that time, a decision needs to be made.
That's fine. As long as they let me know that, then I'll know what we're doing.
All right, what date? All right, we'll be back on June 12th.
Back on my birthday.
Oh, happy birth month,
Uh,
early.
I don't celebrate them anymore. I get a few of them already.
Oh, you know what? It's better to celebrate it, to have it to celebrate,
Well, that's true.
as opposed to us saying, oh, he was such a nice guy.
Okay, thanks, John.
All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset and then you're excused.
Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. Some people, that one guy. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a. Thank you. Yeah, this is really.
This is the second board.
So that's calling about. Yeah.
Deputy Laura, I'm calling the doctors and it's a busy signal. I'm trying to set up an appointment for mom and it's a busy signal. All right, who's here on Jacqueline Robertson?
Here, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 2525, State of Texas versus Jacqueline Robertson. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state? State?
Jason Deerham. for the state.
Defense?
Wendy McClellan, the defense.
Yeah.
And are you Jacqueline Robinson? All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Robinson, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Ms. Robinson, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of robbery? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Robinson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that document or that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Kristen Braden, Braden, and no contact with the Dollar General store. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and a MIC evaluation. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
State exhibit of own with all its attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, state, you can be excused to continue to confer. Ms. Robinson, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we just ask that you follow the plea bargain.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 33.
All right, if you were released today, who would you be living with?
Haven for Hope.
Have you ever been diagnosed for mental health issues?
Yes.
What is your diagnosis?
Bipolar and schizophrenic.
Are you currently on any medications at the jail?
Yes.
At the time of this offense, were you on your medications?
And
Do you have any children?
yes,
How many?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
19, 9, and by 6 months.
19,
9
9,
and 6 months.
6 months. Where are they?
My newborn, he is with my father.
And where is the 9-year-old?
With foster care.
How long has the 9-year-old been in foster care?
Since 2 months after he was born.
Oh, so have your rights been terminated?
Yes.
Is Child Protective Services involved now?
For 3 more months. Or 3 or a few, I have 3 more months to be sober, and then I can start my business.
All right, and so what's your issue with sobriety? What have you been using in the past?
Methamphetamines.
When's the last time you used meth before you were placed in custody?
2 days before.
Do you have any violent history?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, have you ever been charged with hitting someone, ever been to prison?
Yes.
All right, what is your history?
Just assaults.
All right, what type of assaults?
Like, hitting.
Well, have you ever been charged or arrested for hitting someone other than this case?
Yes.
All right, what was that?
That was, it was me and my roommate, we had gotten into it.
Okay, so have you ever been to prison before?
Yes.
All right, what did you go to prison for?
Wow, it's been a while.
That's okay.
The
The reason why I'm asking you these questions, because I'm trying to come up with conditions of probation where you'll be successful, okay? So, what did you go to prison for?
I believe it was assault.
Was this here in Bear County?
No.
Okay. Counsel, are you aware of any out-of-county charges?
No, Your Honor.
State, on this case involving Jacqueline Robinson, are you aware of her out-of-county criminal history?
In Bear County, it's just misdemeanors.
Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out what treatment. I'm inclined to follow your plea bargaining agreement, but I won't be able to know what is available for you if I don't know what your history is, because there are some treatments where they won't accept you based upon your history.
She is really trying to keep the newborn out of the system. And so I have given her some possible places that are live-in programs where she can live with a baby
Okay.
that I've talked to UHS about. And so we're hoping when she does the mental health evaluation with the Center for Healthcare Services, that they can refer her possibly to one of these programs and to treatment.
And see, I do know that felony drug court has a dual diagnosis component treatment. And they would have access to perhaps placing you. But then also, if you're following through with CPS, CPS has a program, but I don't know if you're following through. Do you know who your CPS attorney is?
John Hardy.
John who?
John Hardy.
Okay.
Judge, I don't see, in 2013, she had a misdemeanor assault, but it was dismissed.
Okay, so there's nothing
And then,
in CIC?
as far as out of county goes, it looks like from August of 2022, there's a resisting arrest from New Braunfels, but I don't see a disposition. So those are the only, if you want to call
Okay.
assaultive type history that I see.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm sorry, defense, is there anything you would like to add?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so it's going to be 4 years deferred adjudication, CPS compliance, no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to want a MIC evaluation, felony drug court evaluation. The felony drug court evaluation, that'll be while in custody. They'll be able to see you this week because we're doing it earlier in the week. I'm going to want parenting classes and probation. If you can coordinate with CPS, because if you're doing parenting classes for CPS and complete them, then I won't require you to have parenting classes here. But if for some reason you're not doing what you're supposed to do on CPS, then you're going to have to do the parenting classes here. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs. We're going to do a TAP evaluation. How long will it take the TAP evaluation in custody?
Your Honor, about a week.
All right, we're going to do TAP evaluation while in custody. Of course, if you're accepted to felony drug court, then felony drug court will probably accept you sooner than the TAP is done. Okay. Are you receiving any type of SSI or anything?
No.
All right, proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with Christian, Braden, or the Dollar General stores. So that means you can't go to any Dollar General, you understand?
Yes.
Probation, I'm going to ask for field visits. And I'm so sorry, we're going to do it 2 times per month until she's stabilized on her medications, or if she's with felony drug court, then you don't have to do the field visits. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. In this court, we're off the record. In this court, probation communication is key. So if there's ever an issue, just let your probation officer know. If you feel like your probation officer is not being responsive, we're here Monday through Friday. You can come in and ask to speak to me.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And then I'm gonna take up this next plea, and then I'll take up this issue with an officer. Okay. You're welcome. Are these on the docket today? Okay. All right, and then I'll give it to the clerk to get it to the back. And actually, you know what? Could you take these to the back? Thank you. Who's here on Jonathan Crail?
I am good.
Court is calling 2022 CR 10255, State of Texas versus Jonathan Matthew Crail. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Efrain Torres, on behalf of Ricardo Ramos for Jonathan Matthew Cross.
All right, are you Mr. Crail?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any objections to this attorney standing in for this plea? Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did
Yes,
you
Your Honor.
understand it?
Correct, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor. However, we are waiving count 2, 3, and 4. Also waiving the habitual paragraph enhancements and proceeding on count 1 alone.
Any objections?
No objections.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense in count 1 of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance? Penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams. That's a first-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Correct, Your Honor.
Did you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Correll, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to end this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1. Punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Correct, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then to the offense is charged in count 1. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence?
State officer exhibit number 1 with office attachment.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may continue to confer. Showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes, I
Did
did,
you
Your Honor.
understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. The court will follow your plea bargain agreement. Court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review this document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You're welcome. All right, who's the deputy on this, the officer? All right, if you can take the screen off. Okay, this one's done. What do I have? All right, Deputy Laura. Julio Zavala, can you let him know we're going to recall his case for tomorrow at the request of his attorney? Norma, what date did we give Mr. Brolulo Marquez for Robert Mauer? Leo. Okay, Braulio. Okay. I never could roll my R's. I'm working on it. What? Okay, thank you. All right, so Norma, the people we are missing. Carl Alexander, I think he's here. Hi. They're working on the plea on Benicia Davis. Cornelius Cox.
Cornelius is in the back.
Okay, he's in his office. Carl Basil, Norma.
He was here and working, Judge.
All right.
Like, within the last 15 minutes.
All right, then we have John Kuntz. Oh, was it a dismissal? State, did you give me a dismissal on John Kuntz client? All right, thank you. All right, and then
Yeah.
Robert Porter on his motions. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Yes.
All right, can I see the parties on Uriah Huffman?
Middle. Yeah, you're just right. He's in the middle.
You can never remember.
Oh, you're sure.
All right. So what is happening on this case?
Well, Judge,
We're still,
I've discussed it with Mr. Alexander. I even noticed today that there's no photos uploaded. I have no clue why. It's been a debacle since day one. I'm asking for another 30-day reset for discovery purposes. I don't think there have any objection. I think that there's some stuff that they may have, but it's quite a bit of stuff that we got downloaded on a hard drive. I think about, you got about a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Well, we requested a month ago. I think I
Yeah,
got it 2 weeks
2
ago.
weeks
Yeah.
ago. So we're still trying to get all the discovery on this, and it's sort of it might be multi-county. So that might be an issue.
It's definitely multi-county, but part of the problem, judges, this file started off as a mess and we've been kind of
Oh, no, I know,
Frankensteining
because
it together.
from October, there was a jurisdiction issue.
I
Yeah,
think we sort of resolved portions of that.
It's clearly identified that it is multi-jurisdiction. And so we're going to agree to disagree on certain portions of that. But
Okay, and sorry. Can you help me hold? So I'm like, all right, so the state, you're asking for 30 days?
At least 30 days, Your Honor.
I'm gonna give you 45, but I'm gonna put in here that you all asked for 30
That's good.
and I gave you 45.
Thank you, Judge.
Norma, I need a 45-day reset on Mr. Huffman, please.
figure out where that comes down, because I do have vacation letters starting in June.
All right, what time in June?
The week of the 19th, that's my kids. The 29th is when I'm getting off to Europe, and I'll be gone until the 18th or so of July.
All right, so let's do this. So when do you leave for Europe?
The 29th is when we start our trip,
All right, so,
because we're having to go to Houston to save some money to fly out. My flight's on the 30th.
all right, well, let's do this. And I'm noting here that I didn't give you the 45 days. Let's do it for the week of the 19th. So can we do it on like the 22nd?
I should be fine, Judge. I mean,
June
I
22nd?
have a vacation letter file, but I'll come in for that, so long as I can come in like late.
Okay.
It has to do with the special camp my kids are doing, and I'm their transportation, so that's why I took that week.
Okay.
That's why I took that week.
Get you. Norma, can we put this on June 22nd? All right, so we'll do discovery on June 22nd and we'll see where we are.
Yes, thank you.
All right, do you have any questions about this process?
no, ma'am.
Vicky's
All right, I'm just trying to make sure that your attorney has all the discovery. All right, thank you.
Okay, I know you can talk to me about it. Yeah. I mean, again, just to see what.
And Norma, that's for discovery.
But, I'm just.
All right, who's here on Stephen Wellington? Well, why do I have his file and Cornelius is not here? Can you knock on his office and let him know that we're waiting for him? All right, just have a seat. We'll get to you. Benicia Davis? Who's the attorney for Benicia Davis? Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Court is calling 2023. Oh, she has two cases.
That's correct.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 4028W and 2023 CR 0943, State of Texas versus Benicia Davis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Lindsay Shaw for the state.
Rolando Ruiz for the defense.
And are you Miss Davis?
Yeah.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, have you received all the discovery and that you review those with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Is she applying for deferred adjudication in each cause or no?
We're applying for deferred adjudication in the assault against a peace officer. The other one's a reduction to a class B misdemeanor straight probation.
All right. In each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled applications for deferred adjudication and community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney?
Yeah.
And did you understand them?
Yeah.
And did you sign them?
Yes.
In cause number 2023 CR 4028W, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to indict?
Yes.
Did you understand your attorney has certain rights, namely 2 days from the presentation of the information to prepare and 10 days from the presentation of the information to prepare for trial? Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry, it's 2 days from the time he receives the information. Did you understand he has 2 days once he receives the information?
Yes.
And did you understand he has 10 days to prepare for jury trial?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up pleas in this case and waive those rights?
Yes.
Okay. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Counsel, can you tell me that cause number? How is she intending to plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right, in that cause, I'm going to show you what's entitled information. Did you review this with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
All right. Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
No, Your Honor. This is proceeding on the lesser included offense of DWI Class B misdemeanor.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
And then, and cause number 2023 CR 0943, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented
Yes, ma'am.
on both counts?
Yes.
In each of the cause numbers, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes.
All right. Did you understand for a DWI as a Class B misdemeanor, the range of punishments up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine? The range of punishment in count 1 and count 2 for assault on a public servant is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
In either case, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial in each case, the right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering into these pleas, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into plea bargain agreements in each case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 0943, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you in each count up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, in either of these cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the pleas?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yeah,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes,
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes, I did.
And cause number 2023 CR 0943, according to the plea bargain agreement, state recommends deferred adjudication. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 4028W. There's to be no contact with Jennifer Rodriguez and Ryan Stringfellow. And the other cause number, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of DWI as a Class B misdemeanor. Punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, $1,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 0943. Did you understand that to be the pleas in each of the cause numbers?
Yeah,
Defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
state,
Yes, Your Honor.
and each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes,
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting in 2023 CR 0943 that your deferred adjudication before a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and community service hours. In the other cause number, the state is requesting that your community supervision before a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, community service hours, the DWI intervention, ignition interlock half the term, and parenting classes in VIP live. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
yes,
Then in cause number 2023 CR 0943, how do you plead to count one? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
guilty,
Count two, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
guilty,
And cause number 2023 CR 4028W, how do you plead to the lesser included offense of DWI as a Class B misdemeanor? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
guilty,
State any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea in either cause number.
State Docket 6 exhibit 1 and attachments in both cause numbers.
And no objections, Your Honor, for
All right.
purposes of the plea.
All right, states, you may continue to confer. In each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes,
Again, in each cause number, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call them the right to remain silent?
yes,
In each of the cause numbers, did you understand by entering these plea bargain agreements, the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses, statements, and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
yes,
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
yes.
All right, in each cause number, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. In cause number 2023 CR 4028W, the court will find you guilty. In cause number 2023 CR 0943, The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Right now, we are asking the court to waive the ignition interlock and the cause. My client is currently 4 months pregnant. At the time, we will be requesting the court to, instead of the ignition interlock, maybe doing weekly random UAs and see if she does come out positive for anything, which I doubt she will, due to her being pregnant, then we do ignition and lock for the full term after that, if that were to happen in this case, just to alleviate some of the financial burden on her.
I'll ask that the fees on the ignition interlock be waived, but
Okay, then that would help.
all right.
Yes.
Because the issue I have, and the reason why I'm doing that, Ms. Davis, here's my issue. You were at Bentley's Bar, March 2022, got into some altercation with some females in the club. I don't know what happened at the bar. And so I'm assuming that involved alcohol. I don't think everybody was sober when they're getting into an altercation. Then we turn around and January 1st, 2023, she's driving intoxicated. I don't know why for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, people leave their home. Our family tradition, Bashan, it's like you stay in the house because you're trying to make it to see the next year. But all these people, I don't know why people do that.
I understand you.
And I know that people think the dropping of the ball in New York is a great thing. But I remember my first time as a child being able to see that, and we had to beg to stay up to see it. And I was like, is this all? I mean, I thought maybe it was going to drop and there's going to be fireworks or something, but it just dropped and flashed a year. I'm like, okay. So that's the last time I've seen that. Maybe I need to see it in person. It would be better. How many children do you have?
I have 3,
What are their ages?
11, 7, and 6.
Who are you living with?
Well, currently my mom right now.
Okay, why are your arms crossed?
I don't know.
All right, are you employed?
No,
So how are you supporting this 11, 7, 6-year-old, and now you have a baby on the way?
my baby daddy,
Could we please say the father of our children?
my father, and my children.
All right, I remember there's a song out. What was the name of that song? That's Just My Baby Daddy. Oh my gosh, that song was so irritating. I always think that when you give people titles and those titles are like, oh, that's just my baby daddy, then you're just talking about he's a donor. He's not a father. He's just a donor. You know, that's just my baby mama. Okay, she's just an incubator. I mean, could we start using appropriate terms? Now, if they're just going to be donors, then say he's just the donor. But if he's doing more and being an actual father, then that's something different. So the child that you're carrying, is that the same father for all the 11, 7, 6-year-old?
For the 7 and 6.
All right. And are these girls, boys?
2 boys and 1 girl. The 11-year-old is a girl.
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right, we're going to do a drug test today. How long is that going to take? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, so we'll do a drug test and I'll come back and make my ruling on sentencing.
Okay, let me just
All
take
right,
a seat. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Mhm. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, who's here on Wellington?
I have no.
Okay. What is Mr. Wellington, come forward?
Get the song in my mind.
Oh, it's never going to go out now.
It went #1. Hey, I feel like mine.
Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Cox, you're on this side.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
That's okay. So where are we, we're supposed to be here today for an acknowledgement of discovery.
Acknowledgement of what?
Discovery. So do you have all the discovery?
I think everything's been uploaded, Judge.
All right.
And,
So I need y'all to sign that acknowledgement of discovery. State was an offer tendered.
Yes, Your Honor, an offer was tendered to defense.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I get a 3-week reset on Mr. Wellington for a plea deadline date? All right, we'll be back on June 5th.
June 5th. And Judge, if
if I want to, he's on a monitor, full house arrest. Would I have to file a motion to?
Yeah, file a motion and see if the state is in agreement to allow him to work. Is that, you're just asking for him to be allowed to work?
To work.
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem with the state allowing him to work. Will there be a problem?
Allowing him to work, I don't think we would be an objection to working.
All right, just file the motion and put in what his work schedule is.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, since he haven't been able to work, he's been fired from that job now, he's got.
All right,
Allow him to find a job too?
sure, just confer with the state.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome.
You get a date.
There's the only thing, I'm on the bench and I'm getting ready to do some cases. I'm just trying to schedule an appointment for my mom. And I'm just seeing if you all are available. No. Oh, please be seated. Levon Cabot. All right, what's happening with this case?
Your Honor, we were set today to talk to the DA about an offer. I do have a couple offers from them. I've discussed these with my client. She wants to talk to her family. She has small children to decide whether she wants to take one offer or the other, or maybe take it to possible trial, but she said she wanted to talk to her family about it.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, on Cabot, can I have a 3-week reset for plea deadline date, please? All right, June 1st. On June 1st, you need to let the court know what your plans are. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Excuse.
Yes.
I'll contact your sister.
Okay. All right, officer. Heck.
If you would have lived, we would have.
All right, Benicia Davis. And counsel, it's a third-party contract, so there's absolutely nothing I can do with the fees. I don't know if there's something else we can do other than.
I'll give her a coupon that I have to try to help with some of the costs.
Okay. All right, so in cause number 2023 CR 4028, this is what the court will do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. Court will sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 2 years. There's a $1,000 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 0943.
Can I have quiet, please?
DWI intervention, ignition interlock for half the term, parenting classes, VIP live. When are you due?
November 8th, I think.
All right. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And if there's a reason for her inability to work, then she's gonna have to fill out something with probation to let them know how she's able to afford to live.
Yes, sir.
There's gonna be field visits. One time per month. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else she needs with regards to that course? I mean, with regards to that case? All right,
And I'm sorry, you granted supervision for 2 years?
yes.
Thank you.
All right, in that cause number, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yeah.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? In cause number 2023 CR 0943, court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication and count 1 and count 2. Count 1 and count 2 are to run concurrent. And this is to be concurrent with 2023 CR 4028W. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month. No contact with Jennifer Rodriguez. Ryan Stringfellow. Bentley's Bar. And speaking of Bentley's Bar, while you were at Bentley's Bar, where were your children? Who were watching them?
They was at home, my mom.
See, this is the thing about having children. People don't understand. Children should come first. So you don't get to go out to the bar when you have young children at home. You should be taking care of your young children. And if you were at home taking care of your children, guess what? This never would have happened because you would have been at home taking care of your children. Fun time is over when, well, I don't want to say fun time is over. Children are fun. But making your grandparents just want to be, the grandparents just, trust me, they just want to be grandparents. I never understood why people have children and then parents watching the children while they go to prom. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't go to prom. You had a baby, take care of your child. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular UAs. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Parenting classes. How far did you go in school?
10th grade.
Which grade?
10th.
So what are you doing with your life
I
as
got
far
my
as?
GED.
You got your GED? So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Trying to open up a beautician. I like to do hair.
Well, what have you been doing to try to open that up?
Well, as of now, nothing since this incident with the car. I lost my job and my vehicle.
Well, I mean, you just can't open up a beautician. If you're going to be doing hair, have you gone to cosmetology school?
No, I haven't did school yet.
All right. 300 hours of community service restitution. If she gets her cosmetology license, then those hours will be deemed to be completed. That's me motivating you.
Okay.
People say they have plans to do something, but then they never do anything. Me, I can't say I'm planning on being a doctor and doing heart surgery or brain surgery. And they're like, Stephanie, well, how are you doing that? Well, I haven't been doing anything right now. I'm just doing this judge thing. You got to make progress and steps to do that. Otherwise, you're going to be in your 60s and you're still going to be talking about, I'm trying to figure out how to do people's hair. You understand?
Yes.
All right. And I did say parenting classes. All right. Probation, anything else she needs?
On this one, Your Honor, did you want the field visit? I know that, oh, you said
Yes.
one time. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
All right. Anything else you need from the court in any of these cases to be successful?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yeah.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. Let me explain something to you. I've done plenty of child protective services cases. I think children are great. I always talk to people about the young people in my life, but this is what I can tell you about children. Children are like suitcases. So you have, what, 3 current suitcases and you have a 4th on the way? There are some great people out there, great partners out there who will see your children and think, hey, this is fabulous. I don't mind carrying these suitcases. But then you have some who just want to carry the suitcase so they can have access to one of the suitcases. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have an 11-year-old daughter and you can't just be bringing people and allowing her to be around people. You understand? So that's either yes or no.
Yes.
So your children, you need to watch out for them. And you can't watch out for them if you're at a bar getting into a fight because you think somebody stole your
That was
purse.
really a one-time thing, Your Honor.
And the
I really
DWI,
thought that-
the DWI, was that a one-time thing?
No,
There you go. And what is up with this tattoo on your face? Why do you got that diamond on your face?
I don't know, I was just, I don't know, I was just wanting it on my face.
Well, when did you get it?
I got it out here sometime last year.
Why?
I don't know.
And what's that on the other side of your face?
A butterfly.
All right, why
I
did you
got
put,
that in Chicago. I was
Okay.
16.
who gave you a 16-year-old tattoo?
I gotta do tattoos.
And what's on the neck?
A butterfly.
All right, when did you get that?
3 years ago.
All right, Sean, can we do an evaluation on her with regards to these tattoos? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes. All right, everyone, we're getting ready to recess. So anyone who's not ready, we're taking our recess. And we're starting up with a jury trial at 2. Well, a bench trial. Mr. Porter. All righty, what is happening with Mr. Reed?
That's not you.
Because I know you had motions.
So. What's on mine?
All right, are there motions? Oh, you're on this side.
No, Your Honor, and I need to apologize to the court. I already talked to the state. I had Mr. Reed down on the 22nd of May on my calendar.
Okay.
And I know we're set today now. And I talked to the state last week and he mentioned it was at the end of the month.
All right, we'll come back May 22nd. No, I mean, that's not a problem. Things happen. So, all right, we'll be back on the 22nd. Yeah. So here's the thing, although I did have it written down for May 8th, but something happened, miscommunication somewhere. So we'll recall this for May 22nd. That way your attorney can be ready with his motions in the state and he can confer, and maybe there are some things they can agree on.
I appreciate it.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
No, man.
All right, we'll see you on the 22nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
That's not there. It's not. I don't know why.
All right, Ms. Bergen, can you put them in the calendar for May 22nd? And it's for motions. All right, Joshua Mejia.
For present, Judge.
Okay. All right.
Judge, we are here today to have gone over the discovery. After review of the discovery.
Yes.
There are some missing items that Mr. Garahan and I were discussing.
All right, what's missing from discovery?
Your Honor, I believe, we have a discovery, acknowledgement of discovery that we have 3 cell phone downloads.
Okay.
They should be in the file, but currently, I believe, I didn't notice them in the file that defense does not have access to at this point. And then I believe, well, she's asked for jail calls, but I don't believe we downloaded any jail calls. However, I believe that an investigator in intake may have listened to jail calls.
Okay.
So I'm going to make sure about that. And also any statements. I'm not aware of any other statements from co-defendants or other statements from anybody that haven't been turned over yet, but defense wants me to look into that to make sure. And then we've also gonna make a meeting for her to come in and actually review it in-house. So that she can make sure she has everything that we've downloaded. What have happened is she did give us a hard drive. We did download everything that was on Veripic, but there's portions of that aren't uploaded to Veripic because of the, I guess, the volume of it. And that way we could give her copies if she brings another hard copy for those downloads and everything.
Okay, Ms. Ferguson, when are the co-defendants set on this?
After Michael Delia.
It's 2022 CR 4932. I guess it'll be B. All right, we'll put this on June 22nd.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe be excused.
Yes, Mr. Mejia, do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back on June 22nd.
I've got some words. If you know. If you want to come in and look at that.
All right, Norma, Mr. Cantrell, his client, Manuel Mendoza. You're gonna have to come back tomorrow. Yes, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. All right, can I see the file on Manuel Mendoza, please?